What is left-wing populism in Latin America? Have you ever wondered how political movements can rise from the voices of the people? Left-wing populism in Latin America is a fascinating example of this phenomenon. It combines leftist ideas like social justice and anti-capitalism with a populist approach that speaks to everyday concerns. This style of politics often contrasts the people with the elite, positioning itself as the champion for those who feel left out by traditional systems. At its heart, left-wing populism aims to connect with the majority by tackling issues like poverty, inequality, and corruption. Leaders who adopt this approach often present themselves as defenders of the working class, indigenous communities, and others who have historically been marginalized. Their messages are delivered with charisma, making them relatable and appealing to large segments of the population. Historically, left-wing populism has had a major impact on modern Latin American societies. After the Second World War, and particularly in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, figures like Getulio Vargas in Brazil, Evo Morales in Bolivia, and Hugo Chavez in Venezuela became prominent for their populist policies. These leaders focused on expanding social programs, nationalizing resources, and challenging the influence of foreign powers and local elites. They framed their efforts as a way to make politics more inclusive and give a voice to those who had been ignored. From a cultural standpoint, left-wing populism responds to long-standing social and economic inequalities in the region. The history of colonialism and exploitation has created fertile ground for leaders who promise to stand up for the common person. Many view these leaders as symbols of hope and resistance, even as critics raise concerns about concentrating too much power in one figure or undermining democratic institutions. In practice, left-wing populism has led to notable changes in political systems across Latin America. It has brought new groups into the political process, increased access to education and health care, and challenged the dominance of traditional elites. However, it has also faced criticism for fostering division, weakening checks and balances, and creating dependency on charismatic leaders instead of strong institutions. Understanding left-wing populism in Latin America requires recognizing both its appeal and its challenges. For many, it represents a way to address long-standing injustices and demand a fairer society. For others, it raises concerns about the stability and health of democratic governance. Regardless, it remains a defining feature of the political scene in the region.